Thank you so much. And on behalf of Children's Hospital of Colorado, thanks for being here. And I gotta say, there's a lot of you. Wow, a lot of people, a lot of wonderful faces. And I have to say, when I look out and I see this great crowd, I have one thought that comes to mind. And that is, what are we doing up here? Now, don't get me wrong. Our family loves Children's Hospital, and you'll hear more about that. But here's the deal. I'm not a public speaker. In fact, there may be 2 or 3 of you that think I have an accent. So, I gotta say again, what are we doing up here? Well, you do get to make a video. That's kind of like a root canal, so I promise you, you don't do this to get to do the video. And really, when my wife and I talked and we had this privilege, this opportunity to do this, there were 2 reasons. That's Texas Longhorn. Sorry about that. There were 2 reasons that we wanted to do this. And really, it was the first reason that was the most important. Because it's every day that we get to see our daughter, Remy. We knew we had to do this. You see, Remy had 9 surgeries at Children's Hospital. Some at the old campus and some at the new campus. And that made it a no-brainer. We just had to do this. The second reason comes from my youth. I grew up in a blue-collar town in West Texas, and my dad really had one rule for his 3 sons, and that was, you always, always pay your debts. No matter what, you always pay your debts. And that was a bit of a problem for Jeanette and I, because we don't know how to pay a debt to this hospital for helping our daughter become the young lady that she is. You see, Children's Hospital played an instrumental role in Remy becoming the person that she is today. Because you see, there's nothing so scary as having a kid who's sick and you don't know what's wrong. And that's where we were so many years ago when we walked through the doors of Children's Hospital. And I remember at VA, I remember we had just started at Armstrong. You, Jesse, Jeff, and I had a ton of good ideas, a great work ethic, but we were a little short on cash. And I remember when I told you about Remy, you said, Ed, I don't know anything about doctors, I don't know anything about hospitals, but you figure out where she needs to go, and we'll get her there. What a break that it was 30 minutes down the road in Colorado. What a blessing. And really, that's been the story for Jeanette and I our whole lives. We've been blessed. We've got 3 perfect daughters, and as of a month ago, we got a great son-in-law too. We've always had family and friends that have been fantastic. They've supported us in good times and bad. And to all of you out there, thanks for everything. We appreciate it. We've been lucky enough to work in an industry that's fantastic. It's one that gives back to community all of the time. And I have to tell you, when I look out, I see so many faces out here that I know what you've done for the state and for Denver. And for that, I am so proud to be a part of this industry. And it makes me feel really good. And by the way, we heard from George and Carol Solich, and they have donated $100,000 tonight to the Gala. Let's give it up for George and Carol. So George and Carol, on behalf of the hospital and Jeanette and myself, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Your philanthropy is literally saving lives, and we appreciate it so much. Now, I've been blessed for the last 23 years to work at Armstrong, a place where I consider everyone there a part of my family. And so for you Armstrong people out there, thank you so much. And last, most everyone in this room is lucky enough to get to live in this state of Colorado, the most beautiful state there is. And it's also a state where we pick each other up, we help each other, and we do it on our own. We do what's right, and that makes me feel great as well. So here's the deal. We have a great band tonight in Fits in the Tantrums. This is going to be a fantastic night. And I only have one more thing before I introduce my daughter to you. And it's this. If there's any of you out there that have said, I know Children's Hospital is good, but I really don't have any firsthand experience about it, I have a favor to ask. Please come and introduce yourself to me. I'm sitting right over here. I would love to meet you. I'll trade phone numbers with you. Let's go have coffee. Let's go have lunch. I'll buy you lunch, and I will share firsthand with you how this place really is different, how it is changing lives and saving lives every day with world-class research. And I'll tell you this, I have friends that I know would come too, and they have stories that are better than ours. So please, come and introduce yourself to me. I would love to meet you all. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to my beautiful, perfect daughter, Remington Ravens.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Remington Ravens, and I am the very proud daughter of Ed and Jeanette Kerr. I'm really excited to get to be with you all tonight and to get to tell my story about my relationship with Children's Hospital Colorado. I started receiving treatment at Children's Colorado when I was around 4, when I was diagnosed with hypophosphatemic rickets. And I received treatment with Children's Colorado until I was about 18. And while my treatment with Children's Colorado has come to a close, my relationship with them has not, as it's become an institution that I truly admire, and really it's a part of my family. I wanted to share a story about my childhood growing up. In first grade, we had an assignment to write about our hero. Kids came to class with a variety of answers. They wrote about firemen, Superman, moms and dads. And you know what? Reggie Rivers, you were on that list too, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. I took a little bit of a different approach, and I wrote about my doctor, Dr. Eilert. I wrote about how he performed operations on my legs so that I could walk better. At the time of writing that assignment, I had already undergone my first 2 operations with Children's Colorado. I had been introduced to the fear that you feel when you walk into an operating room, not really knowing what's going to happen next. I had gotten my first taste of that funny smelling gas that you have when the anesthesiologist places that mask over your nose and mouth. And I had felt the confusion of being in a hospital room with your mom and dad and doctors, and being unsure of what they're really talking about and how that impacts you and your health and your future. And those are all very unique experiences for a first grader to have gone through. But at the time of writing that, I would still have a lot ahead of me, as I would have 7 more operations with Children's Colorado. I would experience time and time again that fear of walking into the operating room. I would experience the anxiety and confusion of a different diagnosis, or not really understanding where the pain was coming from. And those things were all scary, and they made my childhood challenging. But thanks to Children's Colorado, I would also have a lot of great things to look forward to at the time of writing that assignment. I would get to feel the encouragement of the nurses at Children's Colorado, who after every single operation would encourage me to walk just one step further and congratulate me of any progress I made that day. I would learn that the right combination of Smacker's lip balm on the mask that the anesthesiologist gives you made that funny smelling gas just a little bit better. And if you're taking notes, it's strawberry and watermelon. I would feel the encouragement of my doctors, my nurses, the smiles from the administrative staff, and of course my family. And that encouragement would really give me the bravery to take on the adversities I was facing. And I would get to meet so many different kids at Children's Colorado and learn about the challenges that they were facing and how their support system at Children's Colorado, along with their families, gave them the courage to face the adversities that they were brought. You know, there are a lot of things I was able to accomplish that I didn't really think would be possible when I was younger. I never thought I would meet my future husband by bonding over the ski slopes. I didn't think I would be able to join my two sisters in yoga classes. I definitely never thought I'd be able to join an intramural sports team in college. And there were days that were really painful, that were really challenging, where I wondered, would I be able to dance with my dad at my wedding reception? Would I be able to live a normal life? And thankfully, because of all of the doctors, researchers, so many different people at Children's Colorado, I'm very proud to say and very blessed to say that I was able to accomplish all of those things. You know, my parents taught me a lot. My mom taught me how to play piano, and she taught me how to make the world's best banana bread, and she taught me how to stick up for myself. And my dad, he taught me how to ride a bike, and he taught me how to invest in the stock market, and he taught me how important hard work truly is. And those are all really important things, and they definitely formed me into the woman I am today. But I truly believe that the most important thing that my parents taught me is how to find what you're passionate about and to use the gifts that you've been given to give generously towards that cause. And I truly hope that the story of me and my family and the story of so many kids who are impacted by Children's Colorado every single day really inspires you to do the same tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and I hope you have a great evening.